My name is Yvonne Powell. I am based in the United States in Athens, Georgia.
Brilliant. Yvonne, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for your commitment. I know it's early morning for you, and thank you for giving us your time to come on here to have a chat today. Before
Mhm.
we dive into everything and speaking all things LMA, just curious to know, Yvonne, where were you in your life, or what was your biggest struggle or challenge that you were facing prior to joining the LMA program?
Procrastination, to be honest with you. I found myself sometimes having a lot of things to do, and the things that I decide to focus on, I found myself procrastinating with them,
Mhm.
not pushing forward, knowing that they have to be done, but at the same time, keeping myself busy doing other things while avoiding the task at hand that is so important to me,
Wow.
and just trying to find other things to take up that space until I'm able to actually face it and tackle it on and then get it done. That
Wow.
was, I find myself, that's the biggest thing
Yeah.
that helped in a lot of,
Right.
um,
And
yeah.
that with that procrastination and obviously holding back on doing the things that you said that you were meant to be doing, how long had you been consciously doing that? Like how long had that been a cycle for, would you say?
Wow. Years, you
Years.
know, years. And I say that because I have that are still sitting on a shelf that needs to get done. And some of them are like 5, 6, 7 years old,
Wow.
you know, like how do you tackle them? What do you do? And the first thing I realized is what I had to do was to go deep inside
Mm,
and figure out why, why did I make it harder? Or why am I making it harder than what it really is? I watch people just do things and get it done. But with
mm,
me, I have a great idea and start to work on it. And then all of a sudden, it's just there.
mm,
And so I was trying to find out what is it, what keeps me from just pushing forward.
wow.
And so when I started listening to, different speakers, Tim Han, his course kind of stuck out with me. I saw him years ago and started listening to some of the tapes, not really joining any of the classes.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, this is very interesting. So I just kind of left it alone for a
Wow.
little bit, but then he kept resurfacing, so it's I was like, okay, it's not like he's going to go away. Let me hear what he has to say. And so
Right.
I did join the LMA
Right.
class and said, okay, this is really interesting. So going through the course
Yeah.
has helped me a lot. Mm.
And before you came on board LMA, and I know you saw Tim popping up and you were listening to him, was there any part of you that like was skeptical or thought that this could be a scam, like this course that you were signing up to? And if so, how did you put those thoughts to one side and step forward and come on board?
Well, I I look at his course. I look at a lot of different speakers that are out there.
Mhm.
I didn't think in terms of scam more so than the information that I was looking for. Um, to me, what's prominent is the consistency
Mhm.
and the relevance and still being there,
Mhm.
And so when you hear the information, you can't think scam as far as I'm concerned, because you hear so many people saying the same information to help you grow.
Mhm.
And so, and putting that together in a program to help you work through, the things that you're going through to get to that plateau that you want to reach.
Yeah.
They're saying things that's resonating with you. And so I didn't think of it as a scam at first. um Another person on the scene, and that's why I listened but didn't quite delve in. But
Mhm.
when I saw him years later resurfacing, I was like, okay, let me hear what he has to say. I've listened to so many, let me hear what he has to say. Yeah.
Wow, love that. And for you then, having gone through the LMA program, what would you say made you the most happiest or surprised you the most about the LMA course?
The deliverance, the fact that he utilized his experience and the things that he went through personally,
Mhm.
as opposed to just information that you could read in a book,
Mhm.
but having seen him go through the experiences, the mess ups, the his insecurities, not being ready, all of that, and then to see where he is today, and the fact that he takes ownership and not being perfect, but still on this course of growth, makes you think in terms of, oh, okay, you know, just like me, just like everyone else, we have our path, we have the things that we go through, we get through our breakthroughs, and we're still growing. So it's not like, he's at the end of his course. It's so much more that he can do with what it is that he's already has.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful. Lovely put,
Hmm.
lovely put. And having come on board, was there ever a point where you were like, I don't think I can do this, or I don't know if I'll be able to complete this course, or did you ever feel stuck in that way of being able to complete it, or doubt yourself that maybe I can't change? And if so, how did you navigate through that?
Well, what it is that it's the time. When I first went through it, I put it on speaker. I listened to it loudly, and I looked at all of the things that he presented. Okay, that was easy. The time I felt was long, but well worth the time.
Mm.
Because I went through LMA 3 times. You can't get everything in the first sitting. The second time, you look at things differently, and it resonates more. And different things may resonate that didn't resonate at first. And
Mm.
so it's like it's an ongoing life learning experience. And the third time, a lot of things I've heard again, but I pushed myself. I said, you're going to go through this. You have to, because once you're able to push yourself and actually succeed, then that's the step in showing you how you can face your procrastination,
Wow.
you know,
And so
pushing
for you then, what was the biggest difference having gone through it the first time compared to the third time? What would you say is the most significant difference for you?
that I felt that I've grown. The information that he says, although it may have been the same, the core of it, it's just that when I see how many people were in the session and where they were tuning in from, close to 1,000, almost 1,000 people sitting in one session, wherever they were, that amazed me because it made me realize, wow, there are people in the world like myself who are
Mhm.
trying to break through or have these breakthroughs within their persona to better themselves, to reach that plateau so that they could feel, I'm on the top. And if I'm not there yet, I have the opportunity to get there. And if there's someone who you see grow through their experiences, get to where they are, like speaking of Tim, um, it's just a matter of time if you reflect and utilize the things that's being taught, you can get there as well. And be thankful and say, hey, this is a mentor, this is a person that I can always reflect back on as an experience in my life to help me grow.
Wow,
Yeah.
wonderful. And having gone through LMA now that many times, and that was your third time, right? What would you say is
Mhm.
one of the biggest significant shifts that have happened for you in your life? I'm sure like you've taken away so many lessons and learnings, but what's
Mhm.
one thing that's changed for you now, having gone through LMA once, twice, 3 times? What's different?
My relationship with time, my ability to circulate without feeling I have to hold on to every little thing for the rainy day. That's a breakthrough. I mean, I'm always giving, but this time it's like, okay, I can be at a loss knowing that it's going to come back. So don't worry. As far as time is concerned, he has so many different mechanisms that he had in place to help you deal with time.
Mhm.
Manage your mind, manage your time. Time is always going to exist. It's how you build that relationship with it, and that will help you realize, your relationship with time can be better. I've always feel like I'm running out of time. I got so many things to do. It's pacing yourself, putting these things in place to help you realize, okay, focus is the key thing. Also focus on one thing, focus on what you know you can do within a specific span of time. And then realizing that an unmanaged mind will, mess up your time. So manage your mind properly, managing your time properly,
Wow.
and changing your relationship, whatever you need to change your relationships with.
Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. And to finalize and wrap up, this conversation here. Having gone
Mhm.
through LMA now, there are 3 times. What advice would you give to someone who's thinking of going through this course? They're maybe sitting on the fence right now. They want to change their life, but they haven't stepped forward in faith just yet. What advice would you give to those people who are thinking of it?
Leap. I've learned that. Take the leap. You never know if it's going to work unless you do it. If you sit on the fence and rock back and forth, you're losing time, valuable lifetime, And so if something is there to help you, take the leap and just try it. You never know where you're going to end up. It can only get better, and anything is better than what you're dealing with now. If you're, skeptical, or if you're afraid, or have all these things that block you, just leap. Somebody will catch you.